What's going on, y'all? It's your boy BSG coming to y'all again with another video Friday talk here. I try to do them every Friday. Sometimes I'm gonna miss. I'm extremely busy right now, but when it's something important, a scam or something like that, I try to inform the community. So this is the subject today is probably going to upset some people or whatever, and I don't mean to offend or anything like that, but it's just the reality of the situation. But we have a lot of people. There's a giant industry. The fire folk, Dave Ramsey folk that believe in 401k, and 401k is probably the biggest financial scam that we have going on right now. If you're invested in a 401k and your job, has you, they're pushing for you to be in a 401k, it's for two reasons. It's number one is because your job thinks you're stupid. Okay. And number two is because your job is getting a kickback of the fees that they are charged. When you talk about a 401k or any type of automatic investment, the idea sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna take money from a job. Okay, it's gonna automatically come out. It's gonna be pre-tax. Ooh, so I'm saving on some tax, and then the very good plans. Your job is gonna do some type of matching and all of that. And I'm going to have these very smart guys or gals manage my money for me. And my money is just going to grow and grow and grow. And then in, 20, 30 years, I'll be able to retire. Like that sounds really, really simple. If it was that simple, then why do we need to have a business attached to it? That's what you need to ask yourself. So anytime somebody comes to you in a suit, in a nice building, and they offer you bagels and cream cheese and coffee and stuff like that, when you go into an Edward Jones or something, or if the provider comes to your job or something and they're bringing gifts or whatever, it's because they want your business. And the reason why they want your business is because they're going to make money. So the question you have to ask yourself is, where's the money in this? How are they making money? Is my money, I'm earning it, it's supposed to go into an investment plan. How do you make the money? All right. So I'm just going to get right to it. They're making money on the fees. Now I'm going to give you, the simplest example that I can give you. I'm just doing this like as a live. I'm not going to have any graphics and, stuff like that. Just trying to keep it simple, but trust me, you can verify this information. All right. So the first thing is the industry standard target is 7%. That's what all the fire people, the savers out there, they want, a return of 7% per year. Okay. So now the first thing is you should know is a lot of these so-called hedge funds providers, whatever, they can't even do that. They can't even get you that. Most firms don't even beat the S&P 500. Okay, so that's the first thing. But for today, we're going to say we're working with, one of the top firms in the world, and they're going to get you that 7%. And just for this video, we're going to say that you're investing $10,000 a year. All right. Now, to manage this money for you, to beat, I'm not gonna say beat the S&P 500 because they can't, but to get you this 7%, they're gonna charge you a management fee of 0.5%, and they're gonna charge what's called a performance fee of 2%. Okay, so we're just going with that. Now, the plan you're in might be higher. If you're at a giant, corporation, it might be a little bit lower. But I want you to get a grasp of these numbers with these basic numbers. 0.5% management fee. That fee is coming out every year. Whether they perform or not, they're taking 0.5% of your money every year. Okay? Doesn't sound like a lot. And then a performance fee of 2%. All right, so if you invested $10,000 a year into this fund managed by your employer, okay, at the end of 5 years, you would end up with about $58,000. No, I think it's $56,891. Okay, so that's $10,000 a year, 0.5% management fee, 2% performance fee. You're getting 7% a year. 5 years, you're going to have $56,891. Okay, does that sound pretty good to you? Okay, all right. Guess how much you would have if you invested that $10,000 yourself into the S&P 500, something that gives you 7%, and you just compounded that every year. Guess how much that is? Over $71,000. So you have paid in fees almost $15,000 in 5 years. I don't have to tell you that the numbers get more dramatic as you go out further and further and further. So if you hold your money into a 401k for 30 years, they are literally stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from you. Literally. Because they're hitting you with the performance, the management fee, which is coming out every year. And the thing that's really killing you is that performance fee. So every year the management fee is going up because, okay, you started off with 10,000. So the management fee was only $50. But when you add the other 10,000 next year, that fee is going up and the performance fee is going up. And so before they compound, they're taking their fees out before they compound. If they compound, that's if they're able to get the 7% a year. Okay, that's the reality. And so we have, what's the figure? 5 to 6 trillion just in the United States in plans like this, in 401ks. Okay, now that's just on the surface. That doesn't count when you actually want to do something with your money. Okay, so let's just say after a certain period of time, right, you want to take some money out. Well, you're going to have to pay an early withdrawal penalty. And typically, that penalty is about 10%. Let's say something serious happens. We just came out of a, pandemic, or your medical situation. You want to do something for your family. You want, down payment for your house, something. You need this money. It's your money. They're going to take 10% from that. So if you wanted to take $10,000, or you want to take this money out, the $56,000, you would pay $5,600 just to take it out, which basically you would end up with the same amount of money that you started with. Not only that, we're not done. You're now going to be taxed on that money as well because you took it out. Okay, so the pre-tax is not really pre-tax, it's deferred. You're going to have to be taxed when you take the money out. That's the plan that most people who go to work, most people who are in unions, et cetera, that's what they're in. So these companies are getting paid literally trillions of dollars to manage your money. And you're getting penalized every time you want to take your money out. So, like I said, if your job got you invested in a 401k, it's really because they think you're stupid. Because you're not paying attention. You don't even know let's get into a little bit of the deeper stuff. Okay. I was working with this woman, elderly, like in her 60s or what have you. Husband made, a lot of money throughout his career. She wanted me to take a look at their finances. And she told me she was invested in bonds. She was like, oh yeah, we're in bonds. We want to be safe or whatever. I said, okay, well, let me take a look. I took a look at actually what they were investing in, because they have to disclose it, but it's like tiny, tiny, tiny print. And I looked the stuff up. It was all Vanguard stuff. No bonds. It was funds made to act like a bond, but they weren't actually bonds. And they were invested all over the earth. They thought they were in a local fund. They didn't realize their money was invested all in emerging markets, the riskiest stuff out there, Africa, India, what have you, because that's where the growth is. And those firms are looking for returns. But they didn't know that. They thought they were just in a bond. When I told her that, she liked to went crazy. You know what I'm saying? You're thinking your money is safe somewhere, and it's not even where you think it is. You don't believe me? Look at your 401k statement, right? And start, there's going to be all of these crazy looking like letters and numbers, right? VGLLP 1705, like stuff that don't even make no sense. You Google that and you'll see what you'll find. It's not, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be what you thought you were invested in. Okay? So what's the solution, BSG? What do you do? Well, if you're in there, unfortunately, you're going to have to eat that penalty and pay the taxes, and I know depending on your situation, most of you aren't going to want to do that. So what you need to start doing is just start investing yourself in a personal fund. And if you just want to play it safe with stocks, you just put it in the S&P 500. Now, everybody that watches my channel knows that, I'm a crypto guy. And so the returns that you can get from crypto far exceed anything that you can do with stocks. And so that's why even after having success, I sold all my stocks a few years ago and went all crypto. Now I'm able to do that because I'm an expert. So I guide people through this process, helping them pick, understand what's a good crypto, what's a bad crypto, and then I have a list of my recommended cryptos and so on and so forth.